Pavlov's bell. Imagine a scientist named Pavlov. He discovers a trick. Before feeding his dogs, he rings a small bell. Bell, then food. Bell, then food. What happens after a short time? Well, even when there's no food, the bell alone makes the dogs start salivating. This is called a conditioned reflex. They bind their products to a feeling. Refreshing drink equals happiness. Luxury car equals status. Beauty cream equals love. They repeat it thousands of times, so when you see that logo in a store, you don't want the product, you want the feeling. It isn't the food making you salivate, it's just the bell. When you hear Netflix's ta-dum and feel at ease? Coincidence? The Mass Hypnosis. Have you ever wondered why we sometimes accept what the crowd says, even when something inside us whispers, this is wrong? 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch sets up a test. You and 6 others are in a room. 2 cards are shown, one with a single line, the other with 3 lines labeled A, B, and C, each a different length. Your task is to choose which of the 3 lines matches the single line. The correct answer is obvious. In the first rounds, everyone answers correctly. Then, suddenly, everyone gives the same, blatantly wrong answer. Now it's your turn. Your eyes say B. The room says A. The noise in your head says, maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Asch's experiment shows that 75% of people betray their own eyes at least once. You start to think your eyes are lying while assuming the crowd can't be wrong. The Inception engine. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes don't know where a thought in your head came from? As if someone quietly planted it there? That isn't an accident. It's a craft. And one of its greatest masters was Edward Bernays. Back then, women smoking in public was considered shameful. A tobacco company wanted to sell more cigarettes. What did Bernays do? He linked smoking to women's struggles for freedom and equality. During a major parade in New York, he arranged for fashionable, well-known women to light cigarettes in full view of the crowds. He then fed the press a name for it: torches of freedom. Women's smoking rates, once around 5%, climbed to about 33% in the years that followed. Bernays didn't sell cigarettes to women. He turned cigarettes into a symbol of freedom and implanted the desire for freedom in their minds. The Counterfeit tribe. Your brain's greatest fear is being alone. That's why the word "we" is a magic key. The politician who calls you my compatriot. The company that says, be part of our team. The supermarket that invites you to join our family with a loyalty card. All of them fabricate an artificial "we," so that saying no to their offer feels like betraying your own family. They hijack our tribal instinct and sell their own interests back to you. Let's look at one of the clearest examples of how this bug is used. Shareholders ask one of the world's most successful investors, Warren Buffett, what will happen to our money when you're no longer leading Berkshire Hathaway? Buffett's response? I will tell you what I would say to my family today if they asked me about Berkshire's future. With that one line, he turns shareholders from strangers into family and wins their full trust. When someone addresses you as "we," ask yourself, do we truly share the same goal? Or is this just a tactic to win me over? The responsibility wipe. A scientist named Stanley Milgram wondered, can intelligent, decent people harm others simply because an authority figure, a person in an official role, tells them to? He set up a room. Inside are you and another participant. You ask memory questions. For every wrong answer, you press a switch to deliver a small electric shock. With each mistake, the voltage goes up. But there's a secret. The learner is actually an actor, and the shocks are fake. He's only pretending to be in pain. You hesitate. Your heart won't allow it. But the stern-looking scientist in a white coat calmly says, The experiment must continue. The responsibility is ours. More than 2/3 of participants kept pressing the switches all the way to the final button labeled dangerous. Our brains hate responsibility. The moment an authority, a boss, a commander, an expert, tells us, "I'll take responsibility, you just do it," our conscience slips into mute mode. History's greatest horrors weren't carried out by cartoon villains, but by ordinary people following orders. The pleasure bomb. Picture this. There's only one of your favorite sweets on the table. Maybe a piece of chocolate, maybe a soft marshmallow. It's looking at you, and you're looking back. Here's the deal. You can eat it right now. Nobody will stop you. But if you hold off for just 15 minutes, you'll be given a second one as a reward. This is the famous marshmallow test, and it isn't really about candy. It's the oldest bug in the human system. Most people eat the treat right away and won't wait 15 minutes for the second one. Companies know the brain isn't wired for a big reward later, but for the tiny hit of dopamine you can feel right now in this very second. That pointless item in your online cart, the mindless TikTok you watch at 3 a.m., the just one more piece of candy. All of it is this bug at work. They chip away at your patience because the impatient person is the perfect customer.